Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. Did you know that most shark attacks on swimmers happens in less than 5 feet of water? I mean, there you are at the beach, having a wonderful time on vacation, splashing around with your family, maybe your friends, and something comes along and takes a bite out of your backside. Same way with the sharks in life, whether they're people or situations. We're having a good time. Everything seems to be going well until they decide that they want a part of what we have, and it doesn't belong to them. Welcome to part 2 of 2022, where we're covering you can either have a party for progress this year, or you can have a pity party, but you get to choose. Now, the first audio that we went over, the first podcast, was all about our actions because we're looking at what's known as an identity upgrade. When people look at fresh starts, when they look at, it's the start of something new, they can really focus on the actions. And that's the reason why we set goals. But it's not enough just to do goal setting and look at behavioral modification, because on your pyramid of power, which has the physical, the emotional, and the mental, the physical, which is down at the bottom, it's the lowest level on the pyramid of power, it is ruled by the level above, and the level above is your emotions. And so you can get knocked down, bowled over. Those waves can pull your feet out from underneath you. And you're trying to get your bearings and keeps feeling like you're getting knocked down again and again. So there are some rules of the subconscious mind and how it works with our identity. And what you get in life and then what you get to keep is not based on what you do. It's based on who you are, your identity. So we have to look at all 3 levels and make the most out of them. So one of the things that I want you to keep in mind is that the longer an emotional state is present, the longer the physical state must dance with it. In fact, it's known as the dance. Emotions don't show up consistently all on their own. They need a dance partner. And they don't like dancing with the thoughts very much. I mean, the thoughts and the beliefs kick them off. That might be the music playing in the background. But the emotions need something tangible to manifest through. Everything seeks physical manifestation, and that includes emotions, which is the reason why medical science tells us that over 80% of all disease was caused by distress. You have 2 types of stress, and it's neither good or bad. It's the meaning you attach to it. So you have distress that causes dis-ease, and that's when we experience what's known as emotional flooding. It's where you are absolutely overwhelmed. And like I said, you can't seem to get your feet underneath you. Well, then there's eustress, and that's spelled EU in the word stress. So this is where we take the stress and we choose what we want to grow with it. We choose how we're going to funnel it. So the waves in life are going to keep coming. It's just, are you going to get knocked down? Are you going to be in the water with things that can take a bite out of you? Or are you going to learn to harness those emotions and have them take you to where you want to be? You're in a sailboat or maybe a surfboard, and you're learning to enjoy the journey just as much as the destination because you're harnessing these emotions. There are a couple of psychologists from Harvard that discovered the area in the brain that lights up with fear is the same area of the brain that lights up with excitement and passion. It's just that how do we put a label on it? Whenever I ask people what's the opposite of the fear that they want to experience, most say calm and at ease. And I'm like, no. That will happen once you've used up this energy. So if we were to take, say, a ruler or a yardstick, and at one end is fear and the other end is excitement and passion, you gradually move down that stick until the energy begins to convert over. But you need to know that the body, which is the dance partner with the emotions, is going, what do we do with this? Where do we channel it? And if you don't channel it, if you do not choose, then the body will still hold on to that energy, but it's just like electricity. It's going to fry it out because it's not going through the wires into something that's going to light up your brilliance. So the longer an emotional state is present, the longer that the body has to dance with it. We have to take you from emotional dysregulation into emotional regulation. But the only way you're going to do that is by flipping the switch on that fear and telling your brain instead it should use it as an excitement and that the action should be finding every opportunity to bring you out at your very best. Then the second thing that we want to keep in mind is what's known as the feather. Think of a feather floating down. Now, if you were to try to grab it, you're actually going to push it away with your hand. The air from your hand is going to push it away. But if you were to put your hand underneath it, well, the feather will gradually float down into your hand. The greater you consciously try to force yourself to do something, the less subconscious agreement that you're going to get that makes it effortless. Your subconscious mind runs all of your habits and patterns. And how stressed out you get with your emotions or how energized you get is simply a habit and pattern. But most people do not get subconscious agreement on how the emotions are supposed to upgrade in their results. Instead, they consciously say, I shouldn't feel like this, I shouldn't feel like that. You know, I was on a call with one of my coaches the other day, and we were talking about guilt and shame. And guilt says you violated a value. Shame says that you're wrong, you're broken, you'll never be any good, you can't be fixed. And what we were talking about, how guilt is actually very healthy when used appropriately because it either says you need to bring yourself back into alignment with your values or you need to change your values. Maybe the values are outdated. Shame, on the other hand, is never healthy. And so she asked me, so what do you do when shame gets triggered? Now, most people try to suppress and repress, shove it down with food, with drink. If they're having a challenge in their relationships, they'll go bury themselves in their work because at least the work makes them feel good. And so they will avoid taking the action on the area where they feel the shame. And then the subconscious mind learns that it's supposed to suppress, repress, deny, distract. And then when it turns into a problem with how you're dealing with things, it's like that feather. You try to consciously push it away. And that's not going to work. You have to get the subconscious agreement that, yeah, this happened, and you're going to find a way to use it for your best. So, for example, with me, I know whenever I feel shame, it is the age I was whenever that shame seed was planted, and she's coming up to the surface wanting to know if the adult me will take care of things. Like, yes, we definitely will. Let's allow that feather to float into our hand instead of always trying to consciously make those choices. Instead, harness the power of our subconscious mind to show us what it is that we need to know. And what you might want to know is the age you were when you accepted that life needed to be this way, because that's the part of you that's continuing to get triggered, which is the reason why these emotions are overwhelming you, because they overwhelmed you at the age you were when you got the subconscious agreement that this is how you needed to experience life. Okay, the last one. Once an experience has been accepted by the subconscious mind as the truth, it will stay until it is replaced by another truth. It's what's known as the vacuum. That, have you ever noticed when you clean the house? Oh my gosh, gets dirty again almost immediately. Yeah, because dirt will move right in unless you put in the proper safeguards to keep it out. Means that the kids can't leave the dishes all over the place. They need to take them back to the kitchen, put them in the dishwasher. Means that when you're done with your clothes, you just don't throw them on the floor. You put them in the appropriate laundry basket. So nature will not tolerate a void. It will suck in as a replacement when something has been taken out, unless you choose what the replacement is going to be. For a lot of us, we've been experiencing crisis, chaos, confusion. And you think that if you stop the crisis, life is going to be good. No, the subconscious mind is going to suck in. Now, instead of maybe a crisis, it's going to be drama, because it thinks that's what it's supposed to do. That's the truth that you accepted at the age you were, whenever the subconscious agreed that this is how life is supposed to be. And so you will look for emotions to dance with. Got to upgrade those emotions. So you need to replace it by order, by organization, strategies, tactics. If you don't want to feel the fear, well, what are you going to feel in its place? And again, it's going to be on the continuum of excitement and passion, because it's not calm. Calm is what happens after you use the energy. So you want to look at the experiences you've had in the past that have you feeling like something's just taken a bite out of your backside, or those waves keep knocking you down again and again. You want to go, okay, what emotions did I believe I had to accept? What is the upgraded side of those emotions? And so whenever I am triggered, I understand it's the younger me that thought that's how life had to be. But the truth is, she couldn't handle it then. She can't handle it now. So I'm going to give her something else to do, while my wise woman steps forward and says, this is the dance that we're going to have. This is whenever we're going to suck something back in, the vacuum. This is what we're going to suck in for success. And we're going to get subconscious agreement that this is how it's going to take place. So it's effortless. All right. If I can assist you with this, on how to reprogram and recondition your subconscious and get the agreement that, yes, this is how life's going to be with you moving forward, as well as no longer allowing that younger you to continue to be rewounded. She should be at the beach building her sand castles and playing in the waves, not worrying about what might be in the water or the water itself that's going to take her out. By the way, water is the symbol for emotions with the subconscious, which is the reason why I've been using that the entire time we've been talking, because I'm getting subconscious agreement on it. So using hypnosis to allow that younger you to be alleviated from the experience of trying to handle an adult world that she was never meant to try to make sense of. If I can assist you with that, 1-636-699-7791. Reach out to me via text or give me a call. We'll set up a complimentary consult. I will guarantee you will walk away with one tip, tool, or technique that will improve the quality of your life same day. And then you can also decide if we're a fit for moving forward together. 1-636-699-7791. All right, time for your party of progress in 2022. Let's make it happen for you.